Hey guys, I wanted to do a little filming today because I have been working on a kitbash scratch built project for my builder group on Instagram that I belong to. It's the MS Royale on Instagram. Come check us out. A lot of talented guys from all across the pond. There's guys over in UK and some guys over here in America. Having fun and sharing cool builds. So go by and check those guys out or us guys out on Instagram. That's the MS Royale. I'll put a link down below when this is over. But I've been working on this build and I haven't been able to film because my work schedule's been so intense. So I wanted to go over the work that I've completed so far and kind of why and where. And how. So hang on a second and we'll get right back to the good stuff. Alright. Oh wow, that's really far away. Okay guys. This is my kit that I chose to build. I'm going to back this up so you guys can see. Geara Doga, I don't know if I've talked about this one yet, but this is the master grade kit I chose to customize. And I chose to customize it by making it a more of a planetary flight type with this guy right here. Good old Messerschmitt ME262 A1A. This kit is by Revell and it is from the 70s. Long time ago. So I've been working on this for a couple of weeks now. And where I'm at is there. Sorry about the noise. Got it separated because I was working out some detail on the legs, some potential panel lining, but we'll get into that in a little bit. So here we have, just clip them off, my Geara Doga. I'm calling it the Geara Dog Fighter flight type. I basically have these apart, just a standard snap of the kit, and those hoses always pop out. It kind of annoys me, but this is where I started. The backpack is basically composed of 3 components. It's the central hub, which has the receiver for the back, that clips on the back, and then these 2 guys clip on the side. It's your standard Xeon-esque multi-tank backpack with omnidirectional thrusters. I kept these 2, but all around here there was. Anyways, so I took the wings from the Messerschmitt and the tail, the ailerons from the tail, or the fins, and I pinned those into the back of the motors to give it more of a flight look. I cut some components from the fuselage and mounted those onto the sides of the top component here that received all the boosters. Just bashed some more curved parts from the body on there, some panels, a little pull-out plate, or a little styrene sheet here. My custom vent, I still need to do some fill in here, and I'm thinking I might put a splitter that runs some sort of thing to divide the intake on the 2 sides. But to give it some more rigidity and use some more components, I grabbed some of the landing gear and pistons from inside the plane kit, and I added those to the bottom. All of the seams were puttied off with this putty that I saw Mr. Curio Ventura using on Instagram. This stuff right here. It is a Squadron product white putty, fast dry. This stuff dries really, really fast, but it's a little chalky. It's not nearly as hard as, say, the Tamiya putty or the epoxy sculpt that I'd used before, but it's a 1 part, comes right out of the tube. I use a little scraper and I just smush it in place, and yeah, it dries really fast. It allows you to kind of work quickly if you're just trying to flesh stuff out and get some stuff filled in. It works really, really great for that. So the kit gave me the option of leaving one of the engines open, so I did, and I added some extra, if I can get it to stay in focus, I added some extra wires just for detail. Those will get painted obviously later when the whole kit gets painted, when it's all done. So this is where I have gotten to with the flight pack. I feel like it looks pretty good, and it works well with the kit, but it kind of makes it hard for the massive shield over here on the weapons back here. This guy, the massive shield with the Sturmfausts, makes it really hard for that to work with it. So I think I'm probably going to eliminate that from this custom build and paint up, which is fine. Extra weapons and extra shields for other kits in the future. Now we get to the Gatling cannon, which I just finished up yesterday, and actually fits really, really well. So here's the Gatling cannon. Put this guy back in the background. This is made up of components mostly from the airplane kit. These are I took some pens, some regular stick pens, and drilled out and filed out the ends to make them a little more choked in, to give me my long Gatling barrels. Use some card, not some styrene, but it's a plastic card stock, and my jewelry saw, and I cut some circles and then drilled some holes with my pin vise. I don't know if I talked to you guys about the pin vise yet. This guy, a pin vise, it's a 3-jawed adjustable, basically hand drill, and it's got a chuck on the end to hold your drill bits, and then on this end it has a spinny little bearing, and what you do is you rest it in your hand, and then you just spin this, and you can drill holes. This one's pretty nice. I think I got it for like $10 on Amazon, because that's where we buy stuff in America, is on Amazon. But it works for drill bit sizes up to 3/16 comfortably, which is really good, because that's pretty much all the larger I'm going to really want to drill without using an actual drill. But anyway, so I did that 3 times to make my barrel, which will actually just pop out. It just right now just fits in with this pin so that I can continue to work on it and paint it, and then reassemble it later. But this allows us to get into the nitty-gritty. Kind of looks like a speeder bike, right? It could totally... This is a little questionable, but if there was like maybe a seat mounted here or something, it could be like a futuristic speeder bike. But yeah, this is just bashed together components from the airplane. The tail here. This is a different part of the fuselage that I attached to the inside. This is just a piece of a runner that, and this also is just another piece of runner from a different kit that I hollowed out with the pin vise and glued in place. And if I can get it to focus, I wish I could get it. There it is. You can see that little, there it is. That little slot that fits perfectly in the hand, which allows this actually to be I could single hand this with that kit because of the strength in the arm joints. I can just hold this bad boy out there without having to worry about any extra, even though I have this handle, which is also made from pieces of runner, just filed to match and then glued together with my Tamiya cement. My focus is just really jumping around. I apologize, guys. This is just a little capacitor from some circuit boards that I picked up out of the garbage. More wire again. This is another little vented component from a circuit board. Yeah, I just was kind of... Originally I had thought to have the kit this way, and the barrel... Go back in. Sitting out like this, with the handle back here. But when I did that, I just felt like it didn't have the right kind of feel. I mean, it would actually kind of work this way too, but... So I flipped it around, and I like the way that this is for the machine guns in the front of the Messerschmitt. I like the way this cover plate looked on the bottom and the angle that it gave to, or the way it draws back the front, and then the line that is created, the visual line that is created from the angle of the front here, which slopes down through this piece of the fuselage in the back. Feel is nice. So this is just like roughed out, in my opinion. I put some filler and stuff in there, but I'm going to add more greebles and do some more refining. I may do something with this void back in here. I'm not 100% sure what's going to go down eventually, and I may put some shrouding on the Canon. But yeah, I'm feeling pretty good about that, guys. Yeah, I mean, I did some sketching. I looked around on the internet at some different different Gatling guns that actually exist, and then some other examples of like machinery, basically theoretical space planes and stuff like that, to kind of like figure out how I wanted to try and make my forms fit together. So yeah, just brainstorm and sketch and work and put some together and sweat about it and switch it around. Yeah. For the legs, because of the era that I'm going with this, I'm sticking with the like a German-esque like Alterna future thing. I got some nice aftermarket decals, and I want to change the scaling on this because the Messerschmitt came with this totally out of scale pilot for the Gundam, but I feel like together, like that could be cool for a little bit of a switch on perspective, and it gives me a way to take the panel lining that I'm going to add, because this is all very sleek and slender and there's almost no panel lining on it. I want to break it up and make it match the existing backpack component with all of the panels and all of the lines, the rivets and everything. So I'm exploring ideas with the engines on the side. If I want to make these like hatches look like hatches that they can open up to access to work on the engine. Did I do anything on the back? No, this one's just like loose. And then here we go. I've been doing a little bit more on this guy. If I want to like go a little bit more extreme and add some extra lining, the pencil that I'm using to do my layout on this is, no, that's not a pencil. That's a chisel. Here we go. Is this guy? He's a Stabilo. I believe that this means that you can do something with a water, like a brush, like water. I don't know if it's like watercolor or what, but it's paper glass, plastic, metal. It works really, really good for marking up on plastic. And if you, like, let's say you put a mark on it that you don't like, you can just rub it off with your thumb. It comes off pretty good, and you can just kind of work out some ideas, flesh out where you're going to go, and then from there make a more of a definitive mark for your custom scribing lines. I was down at my buddy's Kevin's shop, Ryu Yang Hobby Shop in downtown Brooklyn, down Sunset Park actually, and he had this little guy in store, so I picked it up from him. It's a Tamiya scriber. I've never owned one of these. I've always done everything with just like my regular conventional metal tools, so it'll be interesting to see what I can do with this or how this works. This is a great little thing, in my opinion. I like the way that it's built in regards to, that's all I'm saying right now, is I like the way this tool's built. I've never used it, so I don't know how it works, but I like the spare blades down here in the hilt, and it feels comfortable in my hand, and that's what's most important for tools. Yeah, so that's where that's what I've been up to, and where I'm going is I'm going to plan on turning these guys into a some sort of ammo container with some, obviously some styrene, some other stuff, some doodads, some bits and pieces, and figure out some way to make an ammo belt, or purchase a couple of ammo belts to string from this to this massive thing. And from there it'll be, cleaning up the panel lining, adding the rest of the greebles, priming, painting, weathering, priming, painting, decals, weathering, sweating, crying, joy. Alright guys, thanks for tuning in, and I will see y'all next time. Bye bye. Oh wait, like, comment, share, subscribe. If you have any questions, if you have more questions, if you want to know anything more about how this thing came about, or if you have a question on your own project or whatever, I'm no genius, but hey, I like to talk shop. It's what it's about to me. It's just making fun things and having fun doing it. So yeah, like, comment, subscribe, share this with your friends if they're interested in this kind of stuff. Don't share it with your enemies, because I don't I don't need any more. And thanks guys. Have a great day, and I'll check you next time.